Hey everyone, my name is the Theme Park Evangelist. It is time to continue my How I Met Katie YouTube series. I was checking the demographics, basically the numbers on like how many views one video was getting versus the other, or one series was getting versus the other. And of course, no surprise, but the How I Met Katie YouTube series is doing significantly better than the new one I just introduced, like How I've Saved Money at the Theme Parks. I just did a new one called How I Have Saved Money on Lodging, and only one person has clicked on it, and it was probably by accident. Otherwise, it'd be a zero still. And I'm like, really? But over 10 people so far have watched the How Katie and I's 1 month anniversary vlog has gone done. So I guess I can't complain too much. I mean, to each his own. So I'm going to go over my second month anniversary with Katie. So by this point, we've already been together 2 months. But before we go into the actual 2 month anniversary, I do want to show you guys some of the pictures that we took. Just the two of us, of course. Between our 1 month and our 2 month. So looking back, we did something really cool one time. So I had asked Katie if she had ever been to a Dave and Buster's before. And Katie was like, no, I've never done anything like that before. So I took her to a location here in Florence. And as you can clearly see, she looks like she's really enjoying herself, like a lot. And if you look carefully right there, that was her 1 month anniversary present, which was a Lilo and Stitch Loungefly. And let's see here. Oh yeah, this one was cute too. So the very first time she ever won the jackpot, it was she had never been here before, and you could see she's really happy. She just won the jackpot. She's like, "Yay!" So I had to take a picture of that. I was like, "Oh, that's just too adorable," kind of thing. I remember another time I was at work at the Ark Encounter, and Katie had the day off, and she went to the Newport Aquarium with her, with our close friend Ayla, and she really wanted me to feel like I was kind of there with her. So she sent me this picture. I had actually gotten her that cowboy or cowgirl hat at a Denny's of all places. So there is a Denny's in Walton, Kentucky, and it shares the same exact like how should I put it? So there's a Denny's in Haines City, Florida, and it happens to be part of a gas station. Well, it's kind of the same thing. It's part of a pilot. Well, this one is very similar to the one in Haines City, but much better food. Just the service isn't always that great. But Katie absolutely loved the hat, and I had some money, so I went and bought it for her. I mean, keep in that mind, this was still a long time ago, almost 2 years ago. And she doesn't really wear it like she used to, but she still wears it from time to time. But it was still, cute seeing her face light up and all that. Actually, I took a picture of her at the Denny's the day that I got it for her. She looks so cute. But that's just me. And I know this is kind of out of place, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember if this was our very first time to Dave and Buster's or this was another time, but somehow this picture got mixed in with all the other pictures, but I just happened to find it. This is not our 2 month, but this was, between the 1 month and 2 month. I remember another time I had gone with my close friend Tristan Hunt. I call him Uncle Trissy. And I had gone with him out miniature golfing, and we happened to go to the Fayette Mall. And Katie had gone to the horse park and she had gone horseback riding. Now, trust me, I would have loved to do that kind of thing, but it didn't work out. And Katie had her former roommate at the time, Ellie's sisters, and we happened to get a selfie with them all passed out in the back seat, which I thought was hilarious. We did go back to Dave and Buster's again, and I could kind of tell that Katie was kind of enjoying it, but not really. Katie was going through a phase at the time where she's like all about hats. I don't really see her wear hats all that much, except during the summer. And she only does it inside. And I've only shown you guys one picture so far of Katie, somebody else besides Katie and I, and even then they weren't awake, so and you could barely see them. But I did want to show you guys something else. So Katie and I did go on our very first staycation to, well, not really staycation, but vacation. And this was, once again, just before our 2 month to Pigeon Forge and Dollywood. So we started the actual vacation on a Sunday in late July. And we had gone down to, or not really gone down to, but we went up to Cincinnati area, and we had gone to Highway 55, Burgers, Fries, Shakes, and more. And then we went over to Jungle Jim's afterwards in Eastgate, Ohio. That's the actual city. And I'm going to at least show you guys this one. So they have these like porta potties you can take a picture in, as cute as that is. So Katie and I did that. And our very first stop when we got to the area, we stopped in Gatlinburg and we went to a place called Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies. Now, you guys probably are familiar with it because I've already shown the place twice back in July of 2022. And then I went back again in November 2023. And that time I just took Katie, and that was the first time I had ever seen the place all lit up for Christmas. So this was our very first time. So there's Katie and I. And you can definitely tell Katie is starting to show a lot more interest in me at the time. And then Katie and I went over to the Titanic Museum. Now, that we don't have a lot of really good pictures of just her and I, but just to prove that we were at the Titanic Museum, this was our very first time to Titanic in Pigeon Forge. To give you guys an idea of how many times we've been there, we went one time in July 2022. We went back again in December of 2022. And then we went again in November 2023. So we've already been 3 times. Oh my. Oh my. Well, we do have better pictures of I do have better pictures of Katie and I at Titanic, but that's just from that particular trip. That's the best one that I have. And then Katie and I went to Dollywood for our very first time. We've already been back twice, but from our very first trip, that's one of my personal favorites. And then there's us on their tram. Katie cannot find that tank top for the life of her. And then Katie and I also went to a place called Three Bears General Store. Now, you can probably see the 2 girls in the back room, but I just want you to focus on us. So we did go to this place. We discovered it on our own. We've already been back 3 different times already. And then we've only been to this place twice. So this is a place called The Island that's also in Pigeon Forge. Once again, this is before our 2-month. And then finally we do get to our actual 2-month anniversary. So Katie decided, well, we're going to dress up and we're going to go Golden Corral. I was like, okay, I've never dressed up and gone to Golden Corral. So we did a quick selfie in the car just before we drove over there. I can guarantee you the next time we went to Golden Corral, we did not dress up. And also, Katie took me to the Kentucky Horse Park. Well, the first time she tried to get me to take a picture of the horse, I wasn't so enthused about it, or whatever. And the next time, I was like, okay, I'm a little better about it. Now, this picture is really cute. This is once again in the Kentucky Horse Park. I really like this picture a lot. And it's the same thing, but still. And then Katie's former roommate, Ellie's mother, bought us all admission to a thing called the Boone County Fair, and we all went there. I had a little bit more money at the time, so I decided I was going to play one of those games where you have to shoot water at the target, kind of like what I did back at IAPA back in 2017, so almost 7 years ago. And ironically, I was able to win Katie a prize, so that's what I won her. And she was very, very, very happy about it. And of course, we had to take another picture. Whoops. If I can get it to work. Yeah, back then she had much shorter hair, but still, I mean, it was cute. And then we took one of my favorite photos, a couple of photos of all time. And this was while they were waiting on some dumb chair swing that I cannot ride because of my motion sickness issue. But there you have it. And of course, there, as you can see, we're both wearing matching shirts. And I took another picture of her, just her. She looks really happy. She said that was one of the best days she's ever had, because her dad was the last person to take her to that kind of thing. And she used to do that kind of thing all the time with her father back then, and she hadn't done it in a long time ever since. So, there you have it. That was more or less our 2-month anniversary, which was on Wednesday, August 10th, 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not going to go into like details or anything about stuff that happened outside of our dating life, because, you know, that's not important or anything, and that's going to just bring up bad memories. But the main thing I want you guys to focus on is the dates that Katie and I had, and you know what basically led to where we are now. And a lot of stuff that happened you know, at work or outside of work, even outside the dating life, is what strengthened us to be as strong as we are now. I mean, sure, Katie might have looked cuter back then, might have, you know, it's hard to say. But at the same time, I've seen her strengthen so much as a person. I mean, back then, Katie barely spent any time with my parents, and now I see her trying to make the effort. She has such a strong relationship with my parents now. She's trying to do better being around my parents, and my brother for that matter. And I see her constantly trying to help me improve. And I mean, don't get me wrong, both of us still have ways we can improve. But the important thing is, since I started dating her back in June of 2022, I have seen a lot of positive changes in both of us. And that's why I know for a fact that we're getting closer to that. You know, I'm ready to marry her and her be a permanent part of my life. And that's why I went ahead and got engaged to her back in November. I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't serious. But I also know that we also have to start seeing a couples counselor, because there are certain things that both of us are struggling with. Not just her, not just me, both of us. So, it turns out my Chromebook is dying. I don't have enough battery to do another vlog, so I guess this is it. And honestly, maybe I just need to take a little break from the other YouTube series because for whatever reason it's not doing as well. But I will see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ strengthens you. Before I officially end, I am excited to say I am starting at Perfect North Slopes as of tomorrow. And depending on what my work schedule is like, will more or less determine what YouTube schedule I basically have. So whether I do it every Wednesday and Thursday or whatever, I will post it on my Facebook page when I figure it out. I'm actually going to figure that all out tomorrow, and then I will go from there. All right. Always remember, you can do all things through Christ strengthens you. Have a great night. Peace out.